This man is named Francis Bartek. He is a trillionaire investor. Because he's busy managing his company, Francis doesn't have much time to spend with his children. He has 3 children. His first child is named Philip. His hobby is collecting sports cars and traveling abroad. His daughter is named Stella. Born into luxury, Stella's hobbies include shopping for the most extravagant items and gourmet foods. She even once believed that everyone was born to serve her. His youngest child, Alex, spends his time partying and womanizing. One day, Philip asked his father for a large amount of capital to start a shoe company. However, after hearing Philip's unrealistic business plan, Francis asked him to work as his assistant first. He assigned his eldest son the task of delivering an important letter to a company. Francis hoped Philip would one day replace him as the leader. That night, Stella threw a party at home, preparing the most expensive food and drinks. The noise from the party disturbed Francis. When he called Philip, it turned out Philip was also partying on a private jet. On top of that, a commotion suddenly broke out at home. Alex was caught having an affair with a professor's wife. The shock caused Francis to collapse and be rushed to the hospital. While in the hospital, Francis realized that he had been spoiling his children too much. 3 weeks later, his children were shocked when their credit cards were blocked. Then, the police surrounded the house to confiscate all of Francis's assets. Amid the panic, Francis suddenly appeared and told his children to escape. He hijacked a car and drove them to his parents' old house. On the way, Francis explained that he had been involved in an oil trade scandal, causing the government to seize all his assets. Now, all they had was what they wore on their bodies. To avoid being tracked by the police, Francis threw away all his children's phones. When they arrived at his parents' house, the children were shocked by their new life of poverty. They even had to eat bread with olive oil. Francis told them that the next day they needed to find jobs because he had no money left. The next morning, Francis woke his children to go job hunting. Philip borrowed money from a rich friend, but was met with only insults. Meanwhile, Alex went to a construction site, not to find work, but to steal food from the workers. On the other hand, Stella managed to get a job as a waitress at a restaurant. Soon after, a customer complained and humiliated her. She was hurt by the customer's words, but then remembered how she used to belittle others when she was rich. Philip eventually got a job as a rickshaw driver. Alex, who still hadn't found work, was asked to help Francis clean the house. As the days went by, living in simplicity unexpectedly brought them closer together. Without his children realizing it, the bankruptcy was a scenario carefully planned by Francis to teach them all a lesson.